when I went through this agenda, I thought I'll try to combine three things in my 20 minutes odd session. One is obviously to tell you about how do we see the future of the automotive market, which becomes important for India, as Mr. Kant was saying earlier, that how do we really take advantage of that to make India as a choices nation for our kind of products. The second thing important is that how do we really build brand in today's world? Because it's important that we don't only talk about shareholder maximizing the value for shareholder, but also we take care of stakeholders. And stakeholders' definition is wide and widening even further. And the third part is that more and more millennials and zillennials coming into the job market. How do we really make it compelling and attractive for them to come to the market? Because for them, they want to make an impact now, which kinds of get related to sustainability and EVs and shared mobility and saving some of the resources, scarce resources. So I think these three things, I'm trying to put combine these dots in my presentation. And if you don't mind, please allow me to indulge through this MG story in a way. We tried to establish this brand considering all these points in mind. It's almost 19-year-old brand, Smart Garages brand, it's a British brand owned by Chinese, right? Chinese are the owners, but it's a British brand. And it was started by these two gentlemen, William Morris and Cecil Gimbert. And you can see the evolution of the logos right from 24 to the current phase now. So these are the founders. MG has been about people and experiences, and they have made a solid community through a club called MG Car Club. By the way, MG Car Club is one of the oldest car clubs in the world. It started in 1930. And we have replicated in India also, and now we have started an MG Car Club of our own once we launched our products here. So it used to be, as you can imagine from this video, that MG actually was supposedly a sporty car, very niche presence it had. It was exported a lot to India at that time, also exported to US. So by the way, before we launched our MG in this country, we had more than 300 vintage MG owners in this country, primarily in Pune, Mumbai, Rajasthan, Calcutta, and Delhi. So we wanted to continue on that legacy, and we wanted to obviously modernize that and wanted to give today's expression. So here, I think it's a busy chart, but I just want to tell you once again that it's a British brand. It's owned by Chinese at this point of time, and I always try to keep reminding audience that the brand is different than the ownership. Suppose theoretically if this brand gets sold to an African, MG will not become an African brand. The ownership will change. It's run as a very global multinational company. It's a $130 billion company and bigger than most of the known auto brands. It's global engineering and technology, and it's made for India, and it's made in India in Baroda plant in Halol. Our whole motto is to have happy employees, happy partners, happy customers, and happy community. So 4 pillars, again going back to my initial comment that we think it's important in today's world to understand these things. We are talking about innovation for sure, we are talking about customer experience for sure. But apart from that, the other 2 things is diversity and community in the day one. So you name any event which happened in our country, we were part of it to support to find a solution, whether it was producing more ventilators, producing more oxygen, producing more masks, supplying to the labor at the border, the food, giving help to poor girl education, single mothers, widows, all kinds of things, because we go deep into the female-related issues because of our diversity thing. And we made ambulances at the time of the wave 1. We converted few of our hectares into ambulances, gave to hospital. So this MG Seva is again our DNA, and we feel acronyms, and there are a lot of things which are happening. This is software as a solution. I think in future, and I personally believe in that people will not talk that much about horsepower, number of doors of the vehicle, the and the torque and things like that. It will be all about what's the range. Instead of mileage, guys will ask about what's the range of this vehicle, how fast you can charge this vehicle. People will talk about, okay, what happens to the battery after some time. I personally believe the form factor of the cars also will change. Again, the the mainstream audience, the mainstream customers, the mainstream journalists, they all talk about what's the shape of this car, SUV, sedan, hatchback. I think all these words will go. Guys will not care it's 2-door or 4-door. As long as this serves the purpose. And a lot of customers, especially young customers, will go for what exactly they are looking for, a mobility solution. And that's what probably will happen. And that's what these companies believe in. And more entrants are coming into this field. You may not have heard most of these names, but all of them are trying to come, and actually they have already started their pilots in many big ways in the car market already. And they're making waves by the way. So what may happen is that some of the oldies or the old conservative companies can become the factories of the world, but the software will be owned by some of these companies, or there will be a collaboration between this company and an existing biggie to ensure that they find the right solution. So, but who will own maximum profit, time will tell. So it becomes very important as part of your strategy that which part of the revenue stream you want to be as you go forward with an automotive company.